There's a monster roaming the streets of our town, stealing our children away. Sometimes he's dressed in cocaine white, other times it's gunmetal gray. And the only power that can fight him down, we banned and pushed him away. Now he's roaming the streets of our town, stealing our children away. When are we gonna take a stand?
Kids are worth saving, aren't they? Great job, y'all. Thank you so much. I'll tell you what kind of surprised me once we were over in Little Rock, and Amy was talking to me, and we were just talking about things to do in Jonesboro. You know, there's really not a lot to do in Jonesboro. I mean, yeah, you can go to church, or you can hang out on the street corner, I guess, or whatever, but there's just really not a lot of activities for our youth here. We need to start working on that. And what she said to me, she said, you know, I'd just like to go to a party where there wasn't drugs and alcohol. And that, you know, that's a sad state of affair if that's what you've got to go to in Craighead County. So what we have to do is invest in our future. It's going to take some money, and I want to talk to you just real briefly. I got two quick stories to tell you. One's really pretty personal. When this all started, I was actually going around begging for people to get involved. And I went and we had this group meeting with people that were actually working in our schools, trying to get their clubs together. And then we met at the superintendent's office, and I came in there and gave my spiel. You know, how we got to get involved and whatever. And I had one of the people sitting there, one of our sponsors now, one of our school sponsors, look at me and said, Skip, I don't have time. If you're going to do what this other group I've been involved with over the last several years is sit around and talk about grant money and do nothing, I don't have time for this. And I looked at him and I made a promise. I said, this isn't about grant money. This is about reaching out. This is about our community going and touching these kids' lives and getting involved. And I made that promise to everybody involved with the school chapter. You know what? I thought our communities would support this. I thought our communities would fall over themselves to come up and help our kids. And truth of the matter is, in the past 2 years, for a community the size of Jonesboro and Craighead County, it's lacking. It's embarrassing. Now, I'm just telling you, I put my name on the line. I told them I would stand on the street corners and beg for money. And I don't grab it for money. It's too important. We got too many kids falling. We got too many kids wanting to stand. And we're all sitting back on our tails not doing anything. And it's time that we do something. It's going to take money. We've got projects started, and it's going to take money to support this, to sustain this long term. This isn't one fly-by-night organization. But you've got to have your help and your commitment. It's that simple. As many churches as we've got in this community, you think that they'd be knocking down the doors to help these kids. We're a 501c3. If you want to donate money, which we need, to your Out of the Dark School Chapters Committee, that's going to be used for them, all you got to do is write us a check. All you got to do is bring us some change. We'll give you a receipt. If you want to give us some money tonight, we'll take it. If you want to go out and do a fundraiser, we'll be right there supporting you. We've got this is one of the greatest communities in this part of the country. But we're slowly being eaten up by drug addiction. And if these numbers, what we talked about tonight, doesn't prove that to you, I don't know what will. I mean, what is it going to take? Is it going to take to actually take videos of kids overdosing in our hospital beds to get people in this community to stand up? I don't know. Tonight is a benchmark. Tonight for me was to tell me whether this community really cares. I knew we had people that care. Y'all showed up. I knew we'd have people that care. But I am gravely disappointed with the numbers that haven't shown up. It's disgusting. You can be proud of Jonesboro, because I am. I raised my family here. But I'm not proud of this. I hope by this time next year we're very proud. I don't want to have out of the dark school chapters in the communities all around us that get it. That's not what I want. Donate your time. Your time's just as important. Every one of these chapters have parents. They have relatives. I mean, we have a football team and we have a booster club meeting. You can't hardly get people out of the room, it's so packed. We come in here and talk about life and death issues to help our kids. We should be packing rooms too. So what I would challenge and request from each one of you is to, before you leave tonight, or sometime contact us, but we've got sign-up sheets for every chapter. And if you got a loved one or you got a kid in that school, we need for you to sign up. Because these sponsors can't, these teachers and representatives can't do it by themselves any longer, folks. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be involved. We made a partnership as a community with our schools to help and be involved. So if you get a chance, Gina, do we have some sign-up sheets tonight?
Yes, they're at the back door.
At the back door. So I hope some of y'all have some interest in some of the different schools, and you'll be there, and you'll be able to tell these sponsors, hey, let's have a meeting, let's come up with some activities. Let's do a fundraiser. Let's go to the medical community and say, we need help, whatever it takes. But we need help. The adults, as these young people have told you, it's up to us to do it. We can't expect them to do it by themselves. I hate to sound, everything has really been positive about Out of the Dark. I mean, we have gotten we've gotten communication from not only across the state of Arkansas, but this community group is your group. Out of the Dark is nonprofit, it is volunteers, and it's made up of people like you, and it's for you. And I never dreamed that I would ever have to, we've argued about even getting grant money. I don't need the federal government in Washington telling us how to run our community. I would have thought that with this community, that we would have people busting their tails to donate money and donate their time to help these kids. So, for y'all that showed up tonight, God bless you. Thank you so much. It means so much to these kids. But we know what we need for you to do is we need for you to leave here and go call people. When you see somebody at church or somebody at school, at your business, ask them why they weren't there, why they aren't stepping up. That's what it's going to take. Because I can tell you, folks, it's what I tell these kids. And I'm hoping one day I can take this back. But every time I talk to these young people who go to their schools, and we've talked to Valley View, I think it's 700 students at one time. I told them, my generation's a failure. We have failed you. We have turned our back on the problem, and it's going to be up to y'all to do something about it. But I hope I can eat those words, because they need us. They've got to have our support. Thank you very much for showing up tonight. It turned out to be a lot shorter meeting than I thought, so thank goodness for that. Thank you so much.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us today our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation.
Deliver us from the evil one.